Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Fortunate Fortune Teller, where I'm very fortunate to be here to tell your fortune. So, let's see what's going on here, brother. Oh no. So we had that thing earlier where I know that Queen of Swords is being seen by the King of Swords. We know that. So they're out. The mask is off. So let's think what could be going elsewhere. So what is going on now with the DM? What do they got to do about all this? What is their situation? What kind of energy are they in? Let's see what the divine masculine energy is right now. All right, let's tap in here. Find out, brother. Okay, look at that. Right on the bottom, Emperor. So that's a good thing. All right, so but starts off with lack of strength. So perhaps now this Emperor perhaps may be lacking strength. So just know that we said how's the divine masculine energy going. So perhaps they're lacking strength right now. So that is something that they probably have to work on. All right. I don't know how we could help them, but if we can, we will. All right. Because we're not here to, keep anybody down. We're here to, not get revenge. We're here to remember that we became the best versions of ourselves, no matter what anybody did to us. All of it only helped us. It only helped us in the end, okay? Because Two of Swords, because there's difficult decisions. So maybe they're lacking strength now. Perhaps this Emperor is lacking strength. How about this? Perhaps this King of Cups is lacking strength, okay, because they have some difficult decisions that are weighing them down, okay? So that makes a lot of sense. Perhaps they have businesses. Perhaps maybe, they have other relationships, family relationships, anything like that, okay? So just know that maybe that could be difficult. It could be difficult. It takes a lot of strength to completely walk away from all okay? Especially towards the unknown, okay? But that is fine, King of Cups, but that doesn't make a difference now because we know, that this doesn't make you happy. So if we don't think there's any difficult decision because staying anywhere that doesn't make you happy doesn't mean anything to us, okay? Because you can live without that money, okay? You have plenty. You don't need that. You don't need that. Nobody respects you there anyway. So that's what we got to tell you, King of Cups. So what's your point? They laugh at you. They laugh at your divine masculine at their job because they tricked them. This King of Cups was tricked. Okay, so Eight of Cups in reverse. So perhaps maybe they want to try one more time here, a little indecision, aimless drifting. They're avoiding these difficult decisions, this, King of Cups. So that is why they lack strength because they're avoiding these things. So perhaps they're going to try one more time, whatever they're doing. So right now, they're staying right there, okay? So where they are is they're staying. You figure they lack strength and they have Eight of Cups in reverse. So that tells you everything you need to know because they're too scared of these difficult decisions, Two of Swords. Okay, so they'd rather just avoid them and whatever. So that's fine. But they're going to end up, in a bad situation because the Queen of Swords are here, okay? Because we have boundaries now, okay? And eventually it's going to get to the point where this Queen of Swords is not going to want to even listen. They're not even going to want to listen. They don't want to hear this anymore. This lack of strength and this scaredy cat shit. They don't want to hear this no more. Okay? So, I would suggest maybe you get some strength. So what's going to come of this? This weak-minded fucking masculine, this weak-minded divine masculine who can't, stand up for anybody. Okay? Well, we don't know what's going to happen then, but we just know you are here, though. The High Priestess is here, brother. Okay? They know that this High Priestess, nobody's going to stop them. Okay? They've already outlasted, outdid everything possible. They exceeded all expectations, this High Priestess, okay? And just know that did not go unseen, okay, brother? And that is why Five of Wands, there's so much conflict here. Competition, rivalry, conflict. The fact is, nobody can even compete with this High Priestess, first off, okay? So there is no rivalry. That's the funniest part about it, okay? And then you have a divine masculine who should be defending this High Priestess. A King of Cups should be defending this person. But no, they're going to sit there because they're scared. Because they don't have any strength. That they'll let their other hand, their soulmate be attacked like this. This is what they gotta live with. Okay, this is what they gotta live with. It's like being in a thing and somebody comes in and attacks your wife or something, and then you're the husband and you just run away. This is exactly what this is. And then let the high priestess get beat down, okay, and then go with the person who beat them down. That's exactly what they did. I would be ashamed of myself. So that's why I get it. I get why they're avoiding it. I would be so ashamed of myself if I were you. Do you understand? If I was a masculine that did something like that, I wouldn't even know how to live, okay? I don't even think I would want to be. I wouldn't even want to be alive. I'm not even kidding with you. That is the worst. That is the most cowardice thing in your life. This high priestess would have died for that divine masculine. They would have put themselves out there. But this person ran away, left this high priestess to die, and then joined the people that beat them down. And now they're still too scared. They know what they did, okay? And they still want to try one more time. 8 of Cups in reverse. They still want to try one, so they don't have to avoid. They have to avoid these difficult. So they can avoid these difficult decisions that really aren't difficult. Okay. I don't have to live with that. Okay, I didn't hurt nobody. You have to live with that. Page of Swords in reverse. So, of course, there's going to be deception. There's going to be manipulation. There's going to be all talk, okay? Because, of course, 8 of Cups in reverse. They're trying one more time. So, they're going to do everything they can to deceive the situation, to try to, deceive this high priestess, all right, to make them think a certain kind of way, like thinking this person doesn't really know. This person's just going with the flow right now. They're just figuring out what's going on, okay? Just understand that they see a lot more than you think they see, okay? That they're not a high priestess for no reason. Remember that. I got you. You must understand. People, when they say they're a high priestess and they show that they're a high priestess and you still want to attack this person, what? It don't make sense. It don't make sense, because the only reason why you would be acting that way is if you had the devil in you trying to, whatever they're doing. So that's all I could do, is that the devil is inside of you people, or inside of the masculine, that whatever it is, I don't know. I really don't know. They're just scared of it. I guess they're scared of the devil. Okay, but guess who's not scared of the devil? This high priestess, okay? Everybody knows that, including this devil, knows that you're not scared of them, okay? That you can't do, they got to sit in the shadows because they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. Trust me when I tell you, they can't do nothing. There's nothing they can do to you, and they know that you know that, okay? That's brutal. They can't control. The only thing the devil can control you is with fear, okay? And then trust me, they're done. You're finished, devil. Believe me. You know it. I know it. Okay, brother, because you know who we are. We're the fool, okay? We are the one who runs on universal energy, okay? We are the one, brother, who brings the fun, because we are the sun. And only a fool would say that again and again and again, okay? So just know that this is a foolish high priestess, okay? Comes out all the time, okay? So you know what you're dealing with. We don't give a fuck, all right? We could be just fine with all this, 2 shirts on our back and go, and we'll be fine. Because we know what matters in life, okay? We know, all right? That's why we have Chariot here. That's why we are moving along. We are moving very far away from this divine masculine, this divine counterpart situation. And whoever else that feels like they're going to come in here and betray us or whatever, think they're going to do something, steal our energy. Whoever thinks that, please, I encourage you to try. Because at the end of the day, all that's going to happen to you is you're going to destroy yourself. So please adhere to that warning, please, okay? Because the Chariot is here, brother. This high priestess is here, and they're in full energy. So ain't nobody going to stop them. Especially not no jerk off fucking people with DM side. All you motherfuckers couldn't take on this one high priestess. How does that make you feel? Makes me feel good. Okay, 10 of Wands reverse. That's why these people, you're masculine or whoever they're around, they feel like they're doing it all now. Okay, 10 of Wands in reverse. They're overstressed, these people. They got the burden over here. They feel like they're carrying all the burden here. Well, what did you want? You thought that this high priestess was. That's what you expected to happen, right? But what happened is that we actually returned all that energy to you, okay? And we called back our energy, and now we're in a high priestess full energy, which were our original energy, and that is why 10 of Wands in reverse, you are all carrying the burden, not knowing what to do. And again, the Chariot is here, brother. Movement is here, okay? That means things are moving along. It means the shift is here. The wheel is turning, okay? Get that through your head. You can't stop it. That is why you're upside down carrying 10 sticks. That's why you're carrying all the burden. That's why you don't have any strength. Okay, that's why strength in reverse. That's why 8 of Cups, you're too scared and you're going to try one more time. Okay, because Page of Swords in reverse, because you're too deceptive, you're too manipulative, and you're just not healed. Okay, so don't make a difference what happens. I don't care what happens to you anymore. You need to understand this. I want you to go through this. I want it. I want to see you go through it. I want to see you go through hell. Okay, I want to see if you can make it out. That's what I want. Okay, because 6 of Wands, because we're going to be publicly recognized with or without you, Divine Masculine. So you must understand, this High Priestess don't need you. Don't need nobody. Especially when they're in full energy. Especially, okay? Especially when they're going to be publicly recognized. And especially when they got a 2 of Cups with them, okay? And that could be with a higher level soulmate, with or without you, okay? So just understand, no, one way or another, this High Priestess is going to get their 2 of Cups with their divine counterpart or without. At the end of the day, this divine counterpart they'll become forgotten. Okay, they'll become forgotten. Because who's going to remember this a weak-minded person who was too scared to stand up for you? I don't think I'm going to remember them too fondly while I'm being publicly recognized with my 2 of Cups. So don't think anybody's going to miss you. Believe me when I tell you. Especially if you stay like that and don't do the right thing. You're only doing it to yourself. You're only destroying yourself. Don't make a difference. Whatever. That's what I guess. Has to happen. That's what has to happen. So you can't save them. They have to do it. So I'm trying to warn them. I want to warn her that they get away, but it's just gotta watch it. All right, so 3 of Wands. So now we're preparing, we're progress. We understand that, this divine masculine, they got to go through something here. They got to go through some real hard karma here, okay? If we're ever going to see them again, okay? Because like it is, we're at that point where we can't even worry about what happens to them. I don't care. You understand? We don't care. We have to be like this. I'm not saying I don't care. Like, I don't care about them as anything. I can't care what they do. Because if we care what they do, then that puts us in a bad situation, okay? And then they take our energy. Because they know that takes our energy, okay? And that's why the Ace of Pentacles is here, okay? That's why the abundance is over on this side, because we will not let anybody take our energy from us. We continually call it back. We continually cleanse it. We continually clear it. We know how to read. We know how to do everything. Ain't nobody going to stop us, okay? The only way that we're going to stop you is if you were some bum on the street, okay? That is not the case anymore. You are a High Priestess fool that is being publicly recognized, 6 of Wands, okay? So, like, fuck out of here. Who you fucking dealing with? Who you think you're dealing with? These fucking people. So, we got I don't know how that was. I think that was going to come out this way, but whatever. So, we'll do Hermit in reverse. So, over here, whatever that is, they're going to end up finding themselves isolated, okay? This is what this divine masculine is going to end up. They're going to find themselves isolated. They may find themselves going to jail. They're going to get in trouble. People have been doing things in their name, stealing money. They are accessories to all this, okay? Human trafficking, all this is immigration laws, plenty of things that will put them away for about 10 years, okay? So just know that is very, very coming very clean, okay? So perhaps maybe you should 7 of Swords and reverse, okay? And go talk to alphabet people and perhaps get yourself out of that, okay? Because that's what I would do if I were you, all right? And I wouldn't do that because I'm not you, all right? I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't even be in that position. I don't go to cops anyway, but that's maybe what you should do, okay? Because 4 of Cups, because we're meditating over here. We're just trying to, find a way. We don't really want to see you get in trouble, okay? That's the thing. We don't really want to see our divine counterpart get in trouble, all right? We really don't. Even though we want to talk like that, we really don't. We really just want to hug them and kiss them and save them. But that's not going to work because they'll betray us again. So it's like you can't do this. Like you can't save people because they don't learn. That's what it happens. Like you're just so used to wanting to save people that it's like it's just like, especially your counterpart. I mean, of all people. So again, we have this King of Cups in reverse, okay? So just know that this King of Cups in reverse, this is your masculine, okay? This person is not, they are not in the right state of mind, because if they were, they wouldn't be in this Hermit in reverse energy, okay? They wouldn't be lacking strength, okay? They wouldn't have a Page of Swords here. They wouldn't be 8 of Cups in reverse trying one more time, and they wouldn't be 10 of Wands in reverse carrying all the burden, okay? All because they're scared to make this 2 of Swords, these difficult decisions, okay? So they figure they'd rather just go through whatever it is, and whatever happens, happens, okay? That's the way they're looking at it, okay? But all that's going to happen is, by thinking like that, is that they are going to have to witness this High Priestess being publicly recognized in full energy with a high-level soulmate in a 2 of Cups, okay? And who's going to have that 2 of Cups? It's this Queen of Wands, okay, brother? So remember, that is the one you find the most sexiest, DM. How is it going to feel to know that you'll never get to experience that? You'll never get to experience it. All right, so just keep that in mind when you're sitting over there trying one more time. Keep that in mind. I want you to. Estrella, I want you to keep that in mind, please. I mean, you're a fraud. Like, you're a straight fraud. Like, you present yourself like, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that you would just hide. I mean, you know you have the right abilities to do it. You know you have the right information, but you want to come off like you're a good person. But then behind the scenes, you're a coward. You're a coward. You know what you are. So what else do we have to say to you? What else? There's nothing else to say to you. Okay, you might fool those other fake people over there. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about, but you can't fool us. All right, and you know you can't. All right, and that's why the Chariot is here again, brother, because movement is here again, okay? So Estrella, so just understand movement is here, okay? And your ass is getting moved out the way. Believe me when I tell you. All right, because you don't want to do the right thing. You want to keep doing the same bullshit because you're a scaredy cat. You're a coward. You're a coward. Come on, admit it. I wish you just admit it, you people. Just admit what you are. Please and thank you. Okay, because all you're going to do is head to this 5 of Pentacles. That's where I'm going to make sure you go. Okay, you want to sit there like a big shot. You want to act like you got all this. Okay, you want to, sell whatever fucking $250 jewelry you have and act like you're what the fuck are you? What are you? You're a divine masculine who's fucking taking divine feminine energy. That's all you're doing. And you know what you are. You know what you are. Okay? It's going to catch up to you sooner or later. I don't really care. I don't care what happens to you. You have to remember that, okay? Because Page of Pentacles, I'm manifesting the end for you. It's over. Whatever you did, it's over now. Okay, whatever people you were up with, whatever group, over. You got no one to blame but yourself. Blame me. Fuck yourself. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm just going to sit here and do this. Ain't a crime. Just like whatever the fuck you were doing wasn't a crime, right? Okay, and that's why 9 of Swords in reverse. So whatever, you want to, perhaps maybe you'll release some of these deep-seated fears that you have of whatever this nonsense is with being scared, okay? Being scared of what people are going to say, or blah, 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 scared to leave people, demons behind. That's what you're scared of. Is that what you're scared of? Okay, well, perhaps maybe you will release them, okay? And if once you show me that you can release these deep-seated fears, then maybe I'll decide to talk to you. Maybe this Queen of Swords will, discuss, perhaps, something. We'll get you some clemency, okay? Okay, I'll give you a pardon, okay? But I need to see the right stuff going here. So if I do see you releasing these fears, 9 of Swords in reverse, then perhaps I won't be so aggressive. Perhaps I'll take it a little easier. Okay, but if I don't see that, then I don't really care. Then you'll just deal with the Hierophant, okay? And do whatever time you got to do, because your fear is only going to make things worse. You fear what right now, you're really going to fear what's going on eventually. You know what's going on. I got you doing illegal stuff. Brother, what you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? You don't have that control anymore. It ain't the control. It ain't like the presidency before, okay? It's very easy to go do what I got to do here. So just understand that. Hierophant. So if that's what you want, no problem. Like I said, listen, they're all already around you. It's going to go down anyway. So it's either go down with them or do whatever. Be loyal to people that weren't loyal to you. That's fine. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Let's be loyal to people that are not loyal to you. Smart. Very smart, aren't you? Very smart. You must have went to a nice college. okay? Because all you are to me is a star in reverse, bro. That's all you are. That's what you picked over us because you figured you could take this energy. You went with whatever nonsense they told you. You thought that you really were going to have to finish us off and you were going to take this star energy, okay? But no, no, no. No, no, no. Okay, that's why this High Priestess is being publicly recognized, Six of Wands, and they're in full energy because they don't give a fuck, okay? Because they got new beginnings coming all day long, and they are running on universal energy, and the universe protects this fool like no other. So just know, this star energy universe, take your fucking energy, okay? Or whoever you picked over us, whatever you got to wake up and look at. Look at them nasty looking motherfuckers. Look at them. I want you to see those demon faces because you know what they are. You know, I want them to, I love it. I love it because that's where you're going to stay. I want you to stay over there so you can see it wide awake, seeing what you're a part of, knowing what you did, that you ran away and left this High Priestess to get beat up, beat down, and then join the people that beat him up. The other half of your soul, that's what you did because you're a fucking coward. Okay, and that's why Knight of Cups is here, okay? Because romantic, charm, knight in shining armor, a real person is going to be coming our way, okay? Not some coward like this. We don't need no cowards, okay? We don't, you're nothing. You know what you are. You know what you are. You see the Divine Masculine, they have to look in the mirror every day. They know what they are. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself. You know what the fuck you are. See, we can look in the mirror and we know that we're the real deal. We know how gracefully and stoically we handled everything. Okay, we know this, and so does everybody else. And they know exactly what you did to us too. And that's why you're so embarrassed, and that's why you want to hide now. Now they want to hide. That's why they're hermit in reverse. They want to hide. They're isolating themselves. They don't want to answer to this. They don't want to deal with this karma now. They're scared. They want to try one more time. Okay, but Seven of Wands, we're in complete control of this situation. So there is going to be no more one more time. It doesn't even make a difference. It doesn't work. Okay, because even if it does work, we send it right back to you. Okay, so whatever you hit us with, it's all going to come back to you. Okay, very quickly. Just know that, brother. Okay, and that's why the Five of Wands, that's why you got conflict. Okay, that's why competition, rivalry, whatever disagreements, that's all amongst yourselves now because this ain't with us no more. Okay, we are so far away that these people are all losing their shit, okay? But there is a Nine of Swords in reverse. There are deep-seated fears being released here. So perhaps this divine, they still are divine. So perhaps they can do that, okay? Perhaps they could, really get themselves together. But we have to support them. We can't be angry with them. We have to remember that. We could get a little angry, but we have to remember at the end of the day that's just because they hurt us doesn't mean we have to hurt them. That's a cycle we're breaking. Okay, it's hurt people don't have to hurt people anymore, like it has been. So that's a sick. So they hurt us, this High Priestess. So it comes up to this High Priestess. Now, what are they going to do? If they're going to be in the position to hurt these people, but we're not. We just rather help you because we know what the right answer is to do. We know what to do. We know. All right, we're in good karma territory. We have the good karma in the bank briefcase. Nobody's going to stop us, okay? And that's why you have a tower. Right? That's why there's a tower over here, okay? This is why you're Divine Masculine. They're in a big tower. They're all jumping down the buildings because they know that whatever they did, all the negativity they projected is all coming back to them. Everything that was ever created by this person and the people around them, now they have to experience it, okay? And this King of Wands knows all about it, okay? Believe me when I tell you, they've been watching the whole time, and they don't care what happens to you either, because they already changed the will. Remember that, they changed the will. You'll be surprised who actually ends up getting what you think you were going to get. You'll be very surprised to see when that person goes, who gets what. Trust me when I tell you, because I know. All right, so everything will be just fine. Remember, this King of Wands, they got your back. You're gonna get everything, they said. They said you're the only one that's getting anything. Okay, and that's why Four of Pentacles. They said just keep doing what you're doing, keep being conservative, and this will all be yours. Okay, so just remember that. I want you to know that. It's gonna be the funniest thing. The Ace of Pentacles is here right now, brother. Okay, so just know that we are getting the abundance. Everything is coming our way. Your way, my way, always. Let me shut my door real fast. Do a couple more and then we'll close this out. So at the end of the day, they're just going to stay in this Eight of Swords, okay? So just know that whatever these people did, they know they're caught, all right? They know they're in their head. They're waiting for you. They don't know when you're going to make a move. They just hope it goes away. But at the end of the day, this is all they can think about is what you're going to do, okay? You are in their head in the morning till night, okay? So this is the self-imposed prison. These people think about you all the time, brother, because not only are you going to get the Ace of Pentacles, not only are you going to get that because you are a Nine of Pentacles. Remember, you are a Nine of Cups. You are a wish come true. So you do have this Ace of Cups coming your way, okay? That will be the Ten of Cups you need to build your foundation on, okay? And that will be coming, whether it's from this masculine, if let's say they get it together in time. If not, they're just going to go down with the ship. It doesn't really make a difference. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to go down with it. I believe they will. Okay, because this Queen of Wands ain't going to wait no more. Okay, they're not going to wait. They got to go. All right, we're manifesting something. We're manifesting real love, true love, somebody that we could look up to, somebody that we could, admire. All right, and that person is going to come. Somebody's going to align. They're going to be the same vibration as us. And then once that happens, then this divine masculine is going to see this queen. This is their favorite. Remember, Queen of Wands, their favorite. They love this about you, okay? And they're never going to get to experience it because they thought that this Queen of Wands was going to wait for them. No, no, no. No, no, no. Because this person already knows what their value is. They already know what they're capable of. They already know what everything's coming their way. So there's nothing that anybody's going to say otherwise to keep them. Plus, they're a high priestess and full energy, okay? And the King of Swords is here watching their back. So don't ever forget that the King of Swords sees everything. They've seen exactly what these divine masculines did, okay? They've seen exactly what they were involved with, and they've seen exactly what they're still doing, okay? And that is why, if they don't do the right thing, they will be replaced. And that is 100% accurate, 100%. And they will stay in that Five of Pentacles with whoever they chose or whatever they stayed with, 100%. 100% until they pass on, okay? Because justice is here, brother. Justice is here. They're going to make sure that they live in a very painful existence as Eight of Swords. Struggling, struggling for everything they have. That's going to be the justice, okay? Because Knight of Wands, because we have the energy. We're the passionate ones. We're the ones, okay, that survived this onslaught against an entire community. This Queen of Wands survived. An entire community, but now justice is here for them, okay, brother? And that is why their energy is all back to them, Knight of Wands, okay? They call back all their energy. We call back all our energy and our power from anybody who's ever taken it, okay? And this is the last one, because at the end of the day, brother, we are the ones, Six of Cups, who are unconditionally loving. We are the ones who show the love. We are the ones who know how to show proper love, okay? That's why everything is built on a Ten of Cups for us, okay? That's why we put love ahead of everything, okay? That's why we put love ahead of money. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even make a difference now, okay? If whatever, because at the end, we're going to have Ace of Pentacles no matter what, okay? So we will be living very well no matter what, whether it's with a divine counterpart or a high-level soulmate and a Ten of Pentacles with a Ten of Cups. So that is what's going to happen, okay? And if you don't believe that, then, oh well, I don't care. So just know, I got to astrologically talk to you for a second before I go. So we got Pluto here. So just remember, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is going to be in Aquarius for the next dozen plus 15 some years, okay? So just remember that everything is going to be coming. Transformations are coming. The 8th house, the master of the 8th house is us, okay? We have a 4-planet stellium in them, including Pluto. Pluto runs the 8th house. That's what it's all about, okay? Neptune is here, okay? Neptune, our intuition is on fire. Going to go back to Pisces, then stationed in Aries for the next 14 years. So that is going to be a huge transit for us because we are on the driver's seat of that one. Okay, because we completed that last cycle. So whatever Scorpio, thought they were going to come up against you, they were going to take your spot. Whatever Pluto, Scorpio, doesn't matter, Scorpio, because we got Pluto in the 8th house. Okay, we got Pluto in your house. Okay, that's why we took this 8th house from you. That's why it's ours now. That's why we have a 4th and 8th house. Okay, because not only that, we have a 4-planet stellium in Libra. I told you that, all right? Remember that. It's very good. It's very, very positive that before. Not only do we have a 4-planet stellium in the 8th house, we have a 4-planet stellium in Libra. 2 4-planet stelliums. Very impressive, okay? Trust me when I tell you. Believe it, brother. It's very impressive, okay? Because this Aquarius, they think they knew all about this. They didn't want to tell you what you were all about. They knew the energy you had, and they were all about stealing it from you and just taking the easy way out. And now they're being seen for that, and they're going to lose everything. They're going to lose everything. They're going to be the way they were when they grew up, broke as a joke, okay? Because you are on fire. You are the one who survived this. You are the one who survived this cycle with this Aquarius, and that is why you are the one who's going to be hitting 3 after 3 after 3 like NBA Jam. And that's exactly what it is, because he's on fire is what they'll tell you. And then they'll get mad and say you're cheating. You're cheating. Okay, because again, I have this 4-planet stellium in Libra. They just keep coming out, this 4-planet stellium in Libra. Or perhaps something's going to happen in Libra time. Who has this 4-planet stellium in Libra? Cancer, okay? Because remember that Cancer is the one who has the fun because they are the sun, all right? We have our, sun sign in the 5th house, North Node, 5th house, both controlled by the sun, okay? So makes sense, brother, when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. Very, very balanced fucking birth chart over there. Okay, because Jupiter is here in Cancer, the luck is with you. We also have Jupiter and Scorpio in the chart, so that's going to take the luck. So that takes everything from this person. They have nothing. They have no control. We have everything about Scorpio, okay? Because the Earth sign Taurus, they want to come towards us. They know that this is the one. They know you are the one. They know the Cancer is the one. They know the Scorpio is nothing. Come on, this person's a fucking baby crying over there, saying you're doing this to them. Fucking loser. All right, because you know what? Cancer is the best. We're the best in the business, okay? So whatever this Scorpio ever had to say about this Cancer, they are being seen as a Queen of Swords in reverse, as a overly emotional, manipulative, deceptive person who's trying to lie about this Cancer, a Queen of Cups, a very high priestess, fool, but in temperance energy, Queen of Cups Cancer, okay? And that is why the Scorpio is being seen exactly for who they are, and the new Earth is coming your way, brother. Believe me when I tell you, and the Taurus will also be there. So that is the end of that.